Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frank Klaas, Global Head of Communications, Jaguar Land Rover.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turn on Taxis Palais, a very special venue for a very special event. Hallo und herzlich willkommen in meiner Heimatstadt Frankfurt, aber eine Pressekonferenz zum Beginn der IAA, ganz auf Englisch, because we are really a UK company. This is really a special location. Originally built in the 18th century, this was once the residence of the Grand Duke of Frankfurt and played a prominent role in the life of the city over many decades. It has just been completely reconstructed, and it's now the centerpiece of Frankfurt's new Palais Quartier. In fact, building work was once completed last week, and this is the first event ever to take place here. So tonight we are making a little bit of history in more ways than one. It's fantastic to see all of you here. We have got an exciting preview for you to enjoy. But before we begin, I would also like to welcome Ravi Kant, the Vice Chairman of Tata Motors, and Dr. Ralph Spades, the Chief Executive Officer of Jaguar Land Rover, and the ECM, the Management Board of Jaguar Land Rover. My colleagues are completely here. Welcome to Frankfurt. So now for the main attraction, will you please welcome the Global Brand Director of Jaguar Cars, Adrian Hallmark, who has a surprise for you.
Well, thank you, Frank, and again, a warm welcome from everybody from Jaguar to this very special evening. Tonight is a truly historic event for Jaguar. This evening, we're delighted to be able to share with you a production concept, a world premiere that we call CX16. It's a production concept of the most anticipated Jaguar, a compact sports car. Now, we all know that Jaguar has a unique and peerless heritage. And as you arrived here, you couldn't help but notice some of the iconic sports cars from Jaguar's history all around this particular event. Powerful cars of heart-stopping beauty. And all through this afternoon, there's been a fantastic parade of these cars around Frankfurt, dominating the city on the day of the launch of the show. So while we considered the future of Jaguar, we considered its heritage. And we thought about all of the landmarks that Jaguar have achieved in performance, endurance, and speed over decades. And through this process, we realized we couldn't go on much longer without having a true sports car in our range, at the heart of our range. Now, of course, we already have the Jaguar XK, a fantastic product, a definitive Grand Tourer, which is now faster and meaner than it ever has been. But we also need a true sports car, a two-seater. So, you may have arrived this evening being fans of C-types, D-types, or the old XK120. We really hope that if, after the end of this event, you leave here being fans of CX16. This concept takes the Jaguar sporting mantra and makes it utterly new, though thoroughly grounded in our DNA. What you're about to see is a concept. It's our vision for a compact rear-wheel drive car, two-seater, or as we like to say, a 1+1. There's place for the driver and a significant other, but it's orientated around the driver and has a true sporting character. It's also our vision for sustainable sports cars of the future. It's a form that is utterly desirable. It's as sensuous and appealing as any Jaguar has ever been. But it's also as responsible as every new Jaguar must be. To give you an idea of its scale, it's shorter and wider than the current 911. Its performance is comparable with the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. And if it went into production, its target price range would be between 60 and 80,000 euros, dependent upon powertrain. It's made of aluminium. It has a full aluminium architecture, and it boasts a hybrid powertrain that is the result of advanced research and development work by the Jaguar engineering team. In simple terms, it redefines performance. Now, at the heart of this performance is an engine, a new supercharged V6 3-litre petrol engine, producing 380 PS. Supplementing this motor is an electric motor, which itself produces an additional 95 PS. But even more importantly, it produces an additional 235 Newton meters of torque. Both the power and the torque are available at the press of a button for 10 seconds, delivering outstanding overtaking performance. Top speed is limited at 300 kilometers per hour, 0 to 100 kilometers in around 4 seconds, and more impressively, 80 kilometers to 120 kilometers per hour in just over 2 seconds. And all of this performance with CO2 emissions of around 165 grams, similar to a normal hot hatch or executive saloon car. So all of this technology you'd probably expect from a new, innovative Jaguar. But to be a true Jaguar sports car, it needs to have something else. It needs to have even more. Our founder, Sir William Lyons, said that the closest thing that we will ever create to something that lives is a car. All Jaguars embody this feeling, and that's what sets us apart from the competition. In a market dominated by technology and machines, Jaguar is an animal, and a different kind of animal. So now, please welcome Ian Callum, our Director of Design, to show you just how different this Jaguar animal is. Ian.
Well, thank you, Adrian, and good evening, everyone. You know, as you all know, this is a very important moment for us at Jaguar. It's a hugely exciting one as well. You know, to be creating our future. The first two-seater Jaguar since, well, you know what. This car gives us the opportunity to reconfirm and evolve the Jaguar design direction. At Jaguar Design, we have spent the last 6 years restoring the vitality of this brand. And Jaguar is now in its rightful place. And so we move on to the next, more demanding era, building on all that we've achieved. We're strengthening our position by remaining faithful to our design values while being inspired to move forward. The result is a car which, for many of us, was always meant to be. A car that should become the very center of our brand. What you're about to see is a vision of our future. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Jaguar C-X16. Well, thank you. I have to say, we all at Jaguar love this car. You know, as far as I'm concerned, if it isn't beautiful, then it isn't a Jaguar. But just as important, if it isn't exciting, then it isn't a Jaguar. The CX16 concept expresses a dynamism, vitality, and of course, a youthful spirit. It has sensuous design, it has a cat-like agility, and inspirational performance. The CX16 delivers driver-focused performance while inspiring an emotional connection. You know, I want people to feel that this car just has to be driven, even before they get inside it. And to create a sports car is one of the most challenging tasks for any car designer. On one hand, you want to wrap the skin tightly around the car's structure and the mechanics. And expectations are higher today, which means there's even more to wrap up. On the other hand, you want to create a form that is expressive, and that actually takes up more space. Now, the way we resolve this tension between function and emotion is what makes Jaguar sports cars stand apart from all the others. And we strive to use every millimeter to achieve that beauty of line and, of course, that purity of form. I think we've met that challenge with this car. The CX16 achieves beauty with just 3 lines. The front wing feature line, which is reinforced by the headlamp graphic, line following line. The rear haunches that wrap into the tail, and then that dramatic sweeping roofline. These are the 3 lines that define the car, and they converge beautifully to a perfectly defined tail. Now, naturally, the rear of this car is just as exciting as the front. And so, contrary to fashion, we have actually created something with the drama of a low tail. It's a powerful statement. The look is fresh, although there are unmistakable cues that remind us this is a Jaguar, but they're reinterpreted in a very modern way. The front grille is our new face. The window graphic will be recognized by anyone who really knows our cars. And the tail lamps are also clearly of Jaguar origin. And then there's that distinctive roof line. But the most important thing is that this car has its own character. It has a strong attitude, and it has a really powerful presence. And this is exactly what you would expect from Jaguar. And then inside, simplicity does not mean minimalism. We have devised an interior that is highly seductive, and in this case, very red. The interior is all about enveloping the driver in an architecture that's focused on control. It's about tactile technology. And because it's a Jaguar, the interior offers a sense of occasion, combining premium materials, rich textures, and of course, understated elegance. Now, the CX16 shows you a vision of future Jaguar. It is a statement about the power of this brand and how it dramatically transforms itself. This actually is Jaguar at its purest. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ian. This was our preview, and we would now like to invite you to take a closer look at the car. And please, don't forget, join us tomorrow at 9:15 for the JLR press conference in hall number 5 at Frankfurt Motor Show. Thank you, and for all of us, a very good Motor Show 2011 in Frankfurt.